Hey yo, this is Tragedy 723, and today I wanted to talk about religion and spirituality and how those things shape the world. Well, why does everything happen in the world? Well, the universe was created, scientists say, 13.8 billion years ago, they're probably right, and now we're on Earth. I got born, you got born, and we're still alive. And that's it. And everything else happens because of actions of people. And when it comes to religion and spirituality, it's pure bullshit. Let me explain to you. First off, I grew up in a Christian town. I was also baptized as a kid, because that was the tradition there. And what happens? People are extremely stubborn, extremely non-progressive. They don't learn from their mistakes, they don't even realize their mistakes. And they have really stupid, really rigid beliefs that do nothing but trap young talent like ours in their mind and not let them do shit, or just judge them and give them bullshit if they do anything different than the religion says. So my grandparents were religious. My mom was so-called spiritual, which is the same bullshit, just different. And as a kid, I was not Christian, but I believed in the God. I don't know why. Probably because my upbringing. I was not yet thinking critically enough to say, like, fuck the belief in God, which I believe in now. So what happened? So my grandmom passed away from cancer when I was like in middle school. And at this time I also hit my puberty, and I developed my first sexual fantasies. When I discovered sex at age 12, I was very inspired by it. Had all my natural instincts want me to have sex, and it was like huge fantasy. It was like, oh my god, this is so good, I want to have this stuff in my future. Actually wanted it now at 12, but in the society I lived, it was not realistic. At 12 I should have just waited a few years. But what happened, that I felt I should not masturbate because my Christian upbringing, and this was total bullshit. And in result, I was 12, 13, trying to not masturbate and not being able to do this stupid nofap streak for a long period of time, and this made me go to school ashamed and not talk to girls, just be ashamed that I masturbate or some bullshit like that. And it led to me not doing approaches to the girls, not talking to the girls, and like when opportunities came to get sex, I didn't took them, and unfortunately, sadly, I stayed an incel. The trauma just grew and grew and grew, and when I had this short moment to break through and get my sexual fantasies done, unfortunately I went delusional, because I was progressing back then way too fucking fast. I had improved 20-fold in just 2 days and lost my mind because of this. I was just, I healed myself fully in 2 days, and the healed version of myself was so fucking good, so out of this world, and that I thought that I'm the god and that the physical laws no longer apply to me. Which was almost true, but not really, because the physical laws still applied, just I was the god. Not the fucking church god, I was the fucking god, And you should be the god too, if you can. If you have if you're still healthy, I'm not healthy. If you're still healthy, and if you make something, at least something such as, I don't know, 1,000 euros a month or something, then that's probably large shot for you to become like I was and have no problems anymore. If you would be willing to just break the chains and work on yourself and realize what's real, what's not real. So that's on Christianity. The key here is that just makes judgmental piece of shit people who like reject progress, reject what's good, and just, I don't know, they basically do nothing good for you, and then when you die they maybe put some flowers at you and be like, oh God, have mercy on this soul, not fucking realizing that if they had lived better, this could have been avoided. The person could have lived longer, not committed a suicide, not had a broken life, and this all could have been fixed by people if people were not fucking religious. The spirituality is just as bad. So what happened when I was little, I was introduced to spirituality by my mom. She had so-called spiritual books, so-called esoteric stuff. She was a big fan of that, and it's a total pseudoscience. It's full bullshit. So like when I was a kid, I read a book by Lobsang Rampa. I think it's the third eye or something, and it started made me as a kid, vulnerable kid, believing that bullshit like levitation or something is possible, and just confused my mind and made me not grow being rational enough to cut through the bullshit myself earlier. And also I had another book from her, which was Teya. It's some Russian book series which supposedly make you be able to train yourself as a psychic. So I tried that, and at first I thought it's kinda works because there were exercises which basically train your visualization up, and then you can visualize feelings or like some power in your hands. And it worked, but it was actually bullshit. It was just visualization. And what happened is there was an exercise where you stare at your hands and see aura, but it's not aura, it's just how eyes work, and then the colorization of some opposite color or lighter is just how eyes work. It's not aura, it's just colors. And I thought it's aura, and when I was at the youth camp and I had a girl I liked, I stared at her like a moron, not realizing that I simply have social anxiety and that I should have been more social to begin with to make myself confident enough to approach her. Because I was not talking to nobody, was not having good social experience, and it's normal that I was not strong enough to approach the girl I liked on the get-go. But if I had trained my socials up a little bit, like just experimented, found my own rhythm at the social, I could approach her and see if it leads somewhere, if she likes me better or not. But as the result of so-called spirituality, I just stared at her and made her uncomfortable and made her report me for being creepy to the guides of the youth camp or something like that, some stupid shit which should have been avoided. Yeah. So then time passed, and I put my life together. I fixed everything, and then I started to believe I'm the God. And I was put in a mental hospital, and I did not realize what had happened. This also was very confusing to me. And then I got out of mental hospital, and some way I started chatting to my mom, and I told her that I'm the God, but she did not intervene. She just said that, yeah, you're the God, maybe, like, or just it relates to her spiritual experience, some bullshit. Where in reality I was actually at very danger, and I was really in danger. I actually had second psychotic break there because I still believed in spiritual bullshit even stronger, because I had gotten really, really strong and then had some seemingly unreal experiences. And yeah, and on the second time I tried to get these experiences again, and well, I got kicked out of my apartment for shouting at the lobby, because I had the feeling that people are gone now and that the streets are empty, and then it's just me, which was not realistic. The people were actually sleeping, and they were not good neighbors, not tolerant, so they reported me for noise, and the landlord kicked me out because the landlord was upfront that he cares about the neighbors I shit on, and that his rule to me at that household is to respect the neighbors and really respect the noise levels, and especially at the night time, which I broke, and I was kicked out, and then I started struggling which later led to me getting none of my projects done, no money, struggling more, and then I was desperate and lost my eyesight. So all in all, I think I know that the world would be way better without religion, and here comes, and without the spirituality, because they're all the same. It's fucking snake oil. There's no vibration or no fucking dimension, or at least they like, or if they exist, they're not on this fucking universe, not in this reality. In this reality, it's just real physical stuff plus quantum mechanics and no fucking demons, no gods. None of that shit, you know. That shit is just poison, because like in the old times you had 100% chance to die. Now, if people would wake the fuck up and take charge, then you wouldn't have to die as well. The technology could be improved, everything could be improved and fixed, but people are not doing this because they're deluded in religion, spirituality, selfishness, judgment, clicking the stupid fucking social media, and nothing good is happening. Like, in some areas good stuff is happening, but here where I am, I was once very talented, extremely talented, had everything going on, and now I have absolutely nothing and no help is coming my way. Zero. I'm left in misery. My happiness is 0 out of 10. My vision for my own future is 0 out of 10. Everything is 0 out of 10. My life is pure misery. Partially because of the religion and spirituality, which brought a terrible upbringing for me. So, if people dropped spirituality and religion, why should they be good? Why not just to take 80% for yourself and 20% just put back, be like thankful for your life if you have a good life. I used to have a good life, but I don't have a good life anymore. And if everybody would just put 20% of what they earn back to fixing the world, we would have 0 problems in the world. The problem is that all you motherfuckers are fucking selfish, ignorant pieces of shit, and you don't put small 20% back to the world. Or most of you. Like, 1 in a 500 maybe does good, but it's not enough, you know. You would need it to be default for people to do good, which could have been done if the parenting was better, if the school system was better, which again could have been fixed by the choices of people. But sadly here it's not being done. So the key for me is that the religion and spirituality are both delusions, and it's a waste of time, and it's absolutely wrong. And Christianity, all the fucking judgment against sexuality, and just makes people harder time getting laid, harder time making families, and this fucking bullshit.